Hello, Jim Hodges here, Ashes here. Ashes is one of two 8-month-old Dobermans we have here for our residency training program. Very rarely do we have dogs that have the same exact temperament and personality. These two Dobermans were real close. They're very affectionate, they're very loving. Probably the biggest thing as a challenge for a dog trainer with them are twofold. One, they're really laid back, so we have to try to do everything we can to excite them, to get them to do what we want them to do. It means a lot of encouragement. It means a lot of voice imploring. Treats sometimes help, sometimes not. That is a situation where I'll use treats a lot more. If I get a dog that I can motivate with treats to get them to pick up their gait, to get them to work a little bit harder and faster, I'll use it. But remember, if you've seen any of my videos before, worked with me before, when I give a treat plus good words and good touch. I want all three of those things, words, touch, treat, to be synonymous with each other. Another type of treat that's not food is a toy sometimes. We call it a reward. That can be used as well. Make no bones about it, even if we can't excite them, they still have to do what we ask them to do, okay? So important. So here's Ashes. We have cats. He likes to look at them. He'll check them out. He loses a little bit of focus like some puppies do, but I have no doubts that he's going to gain focus as he goes on through life, okay? It's just part of his laid-back persona, if you will. So very first thing, as I always do, is that we're walking. When we do our walking command, there's no excuse for a dog to be pulling. I tell people that we need to walk with our dog, and I call it the let's go command, where he's by our side or maybe a little bit behind us, okay? As a leader, from a pack perspective, it's important that he's not in front of us leading and controlling the shots. And from a behavioral issue, when he's out in front of us and we're behind him, he can be subjected to the items of the world that attract him, a squirrel, another person, another dog walking. But when we're beside him, we prove to be a good checks and balances, okay? It's all about letting him know that we're here, we can control anything that happens. And when he senses that and feels that, what do you think we do? We praise him and let him know that he's doing the right thing, okay? So let's go. You're going to hear me try to motivate him. If he gets a little slow, you're going to see me trying to encourage him to pick it up a little bit. And if he does, I'm going to praise. So in this video session, listen to my tone of voice. That's so important. It's important all the time, but really important when we've got a dog that's dialed back a little bit. Okay, Ashes. Hey, kitty cat over here. Let's go. Ah, boy. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Sit. Good boy. As soon as he sits, I praise. Good words, good touch, okay? Now, when I tell him to sit, he has to hold that sit. He cannot get up until I release him. I've just got one of these funny things, especially with big bone dogs. I typically try not to keep them in a sit command no more than a minute or two, typically 30 seconds or a minute. Some dogs seem to be predisposed for sit, and when they do, I'll let them sit longer, okay? If he was to break this sit command right now, he would be violating the spirit of my leadership. So if he started to get up, I would tap the leash straight up. That's a consequence, that's a bite, that's a part of motivation, okay? I would bite it, tell him, no, and repeat the command, sit. And then when he does it, I'd reach down and praise him again. Even though we did just bite him, I'll praise him when he does what we want. I'll not praise him as much as I did if he did it right the first time, but I still want him to know I'm happy. And from a personal standpoint, it's good for us to get back into that good, praiseful mind and not get worked up if they make a mistake. Because guess what? They are going to make a mistake. We are going to make a mistake. I don't know what you think, but I believe that there's only been one perfect being that ever walked this earth. It's not him, it's not me, it's not you, unfortunately. So the thing about puppy training, the thing about dog training is to find a point, get a baseline or a foundation, and continue striving to learn and striving to get better through life. Break. That's my release command. When I tell him to break, you heard the tone of voice again, he can do whatever he wants as long as he doesn't pull me on the leash, okay? He has to stay beside me. If the leash gets tight, I want him to sense it like he did right there and come back to me. Good boy. So I said he's a little dialed back, but I think you can see he's really a good boy. Sit. No, sit. Good. And we can't let him wanting love and attention take away from when we ask him to do something. Let's go. Good boy, come on. Hand signal, sit. Good. Break. Sit. Good boy. And you see the leaning? Leaning happens is twofold in most dogs. Sometimes they lean on you because they love you and want to feel close. That's what he's doing. Another time, and you'll sense it if it happens with your dog, they'll lean on you because they want to know where you are so they don't have to pay attention all the time. So off of me. Good boy. Now we're going to do the DOWN from the side, okay? There's two distinct hand signals, one from the side and one from in front. When I tell him to DOWN, if he doesn't do it, I'm going to tap the leash towards the ground. Down. Good boy. As soon as he does it, I'm going to praise him. That's a good boy. I praise him. If he started to pop up, it would be no, down. Because just because I praised him doesn't give him license to break the command. The hand signal from the side was just like this, okay? Break. Let's go. Sit. Good. Just like with me sitting and stepping off on down, we should be able to do the same thing. Good boy. And look at, when he's watching us like this, we want to praise him. Next thing is come. Hand signal is to come. He's to come and sit in front of us, okay? We have talked about the come off leash. The come off leash is so important, but the purpose of this video is to go through on leash right this second. Come. Good. Now if he didn't come, I would tap the leash towards me. If he came to me and didn't sit, I would tap him up into a sit. Good boy. I will use a treat sometimes to help with the come command. In fact, I'll use a treat more for the come command on and off leash than I would any other command unless we're teaching a new one, okay? Break. Good boy. Sit. Now the hand signal, DOWN from the front. Down. Do you notice the tone of my voice on the down is a little more firm? I firmly believe that a dog is in their most submissive position in life when they're having to do the down command for their leader or someone in their pack. So I like to give a little more authority with that. Break. Attaboy, sit. Good. Good boy. Good boy. So you see he's a little bit more laid back. Break. Doesn't stop him from doing the things that we ask him to do, but he's just a little more dialed back, a little more calm than I like. I actually like dogs with a little more energy, but he's going to be a good boy. He's going to be a great boy for a family, and he's going to be good when he's out in parks and places like that. Everything works fine. Let's go. Sit. Good. Now the next thing is the heel command. The heel command is where we have an imaginary box by our side, and it's our job to keep him in that box. We walk, we keep him here in our box. We motivate him, we tap the leash directionally, whatever we have to do, and we praise him when he's doing what we want. When we stop, he has to sit. Heel. So I step off, he turns. All right, watch out for the bed. Now, he wanted to hit the bed just then. Good boy. Notice when I stop, he sits. Heel. Let's go by the bed again. No, heel. Come on. Right here. Attaboy. So what happens when we're working, when we see something that he thinks we're going to make him do, or something that he wants to do, which is go lay down and chill for a while, he may make a move to that position or that command. Once he does it once, we have to be aware that he's going to do it the next time. That's why I repeated the command that time. Pray. We're just going to walk by this time and see if he tries to hit it. Attaboy. Good boy. Sit. Way to go. Pray. Let's go. Next thing is, if you ever decide you want him up on your furniture, I don't believe a dog should jump up on the furniture without being told or giving permission to do it. To load up in a car, I like to use some command that starts to teach them going upwardly mobile. With me, it's load up or hup. Let's go. Sit. Good. Now listen to my tone. Hup. Good boy. Attaboy. Come on, you can do it. Come on, come on. Attaboy, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Attaboy. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Dobermans are athletic. He's just in one of those gangly stages, I like to think, at 8 months that he's still learning a lot about his body. I think you can see he's shooting up right now. But we encourage him. You saw? If we didn't encourage him just then, when he fell, he may give up. That's not the first time he's fallen off. He's a big dog, a long dog to fit on that little stump. I'll have to say, I haven't had a real problem with other dogs getting on it, but these 2 long-legged Dobermans I've had have had a little challenge getting up on it. So I'm sure it's all physical. Great, let's go. Next thing is the PLACE command. That's the place command. I love that command, and most of my clients do. It's a command when we tell him to get on his place. He can lay down, sit down, stand up, and you're going to hear it again and again. Read a book. I don't care what he does as long as he stays on his bed, okay? So what will happen is when his 4th foot hits that bed, I'm going to praise him, okay? I'm going to let him know I'm happy with that, and I'm going to tell him, good boy. Then he can do whatever he wants to do. If he starts to get off of that bed, I will tap the leash directionally, boom, 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 parallel to the ground. No, no, no. Point back to the bed and tell him to play. Play. Attaboy. Good boy. So you see, he's tired. We just started working. He's one of these laid-back guys. That's why he was wanting to hit that on the heel command. He says, this is what I excel in. And he does. He's pretty good at the place command. But he has to do what we ask him to do when we ask him, okay? Typically, the place command, I start at a few minutes, and by the time they're ready to leave here, just a couple of hours, at least definitely over an hour. It's great for when you're watching television, when you're eating dinner. Just realize in the beginning that he's going to pop up, and you've got to show him he cannot do it, okay? I think that's pretty much it on all the obedience commands. You know, if you have any questions, you know that if we ever need to get together, my number is 336-945-3232. And for everyone else out there, JimHodgesDogTraining.com or Jim Hodges Dog Training, if you type it into the search bar on Facebook. I'm here to help. I love these guys. These 2 Dobermans are 2 of 5 dogs that we've worked with one family. And it's amazing to watch those people work with their dogs. Because when we started working with these dogs, they just took right to it. They knew how to control them. Dogs are wonderful companions. They're our best friends. We need to treat them that way, but we don't need to spoil them. If we want to spoil them, at least make them do something to earn that reward. Thank you very much. Jim Hodges and Ash is here. Take care. Right, let's go. Come on, come on, come on.